Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Did you all have a wonderful fall break? Oh, I hope that you did, and I hope that you are ready to come back to Just Lean, and we're just going to have a wonderful next couple of weeks, and then it'll be Thanksgiving break. Isn't that crazy? I brought myself a little pumpkin with me today. Hope that's okay. I just love this time of year. I love the decorations and the things that you get to do, and it just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. So I hope that you had a wonderful fall break and that today was a good day at school, and now we're ready for Just Lead today. By the way, I missed you very much. We all missed you very much, and any time that we're apart, it's kind of sad because we don't get to see you guys every day. And so I'm really excited that we're getting back into the groove of things today. Okay, now, I'm going to need you to, think back in your brain, work really hard, and think back in your brain about what we were learning before we went on fall break. Remember, we were learning about a man named Gideon, right? And remember, Gideon, the story of Gideon comes from the Bible, and it comes from a book called Judges. I'm getting there. Here we go. Judges, and it comes from Judges chapter 7. Let me show you. Okay. Judges chapter 7. Well, we actually started in chapter 6 the last time we were together. See? Judges, well, I'll show you. There's Judges, and then chapter 6. And see, it says Gideon on the top of it. Well, we're going to move on to the next part of the story, which you kind of already know. But we're moving on to Judges chapter 7. This is the part that talks about the war that they went through. Remember, God told Gideon to go and take his army and defeat this the people that had invaded their land. And remember, Gideon, at the last time we talked, he was like, I don't think I can do it. Me? I'm just a little old man named Gideon. And then God said, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can. Well, now we're going to talk about what God does with Gideon and his army, because it's a neat little story. But first, I want you to do something. I want you to try something with me. It's actually kind of fun. So I'm going to flip my camera around so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, can you see? All right, see my hand. All right, put your hand down on your desk. Everybody has a desk. Put your hand down. And then take this middle finger and push it in like that. See, I did that. Now, leave it like that, and now try to lift all of your fingers one at a time. So watch what happens. Try your thumb first. Can everybody do it? Yep. You can lift your thumb. Now lift your pointer finger. See? Lift your ring finger. This is this one right here. Can you do it? It's really hard. If you do it, you have to pull up and you have to take that middle finger off the table. Try your pinky finger. Okay, that works. Can you try it again? The ring finger, this one right here, this one. Right beside the one that's folded. Not the pointer finger, the other one. It's hard, isn't it? You want me to tell you a little secret? It is actually impossible to do that, to lift that finger up off the table when the other one is bent. It's impossible. Well, God, in this story about Gideon, did something that was impossible. So Gideon started out with a whole bunch of men in his army. And God told him, he said, your army's way too big. And then he kept telling Gideon a few times to get rid of some of the men. And then at one point he said, well, just tell the men that are afraid to fight to go home. Tell them that they won't need them. And so some men went home. Well, then there were lots of men left, and God said, this is what he told Gideon to do. He said, take them by some water and let them kneel down and get a drink of water. He said, some of them are going to do something that looks like a dog drinking water. They're going to get on all their forehands and knees, and they are going to drink like a dog. He said, then some men are just going to kneel down on a knee and pick it up and drink it like this. And God said, divide those men into 2 groups. And when that happened, God said, all right, take all the men that kneel down and drink the water like this and send them home. Well, by the time he did that, there was 300 men left. And God said, this is your army. And Gideon said, why? He said, we're going to go defeat all these crazy people and we only have 300? Are you crazy? And God said, here's why. God said, if I had have let you take all the men that you had to begin with, they would have thought that they did this all on their own. But if you take 300 men, they will know that they won the war because of me, because I'm on your side. Now, we're going to talk more about that later and how, and what God does with these 300 men. But God loves to do impossible things, doesn't he? And the story says that God wanted a small army so the story tells us that God loves to do the impossible so we can learn to trust him. So when you face something that seems impossible, you know that you can always trust God. So God does little things like this in the Bible to prove himself to all of us who are reading the Bible and all the people that were there at that time. And God gives us so many reasons to trust him and to love him. So let's do that. Okay, very good. Now, we were finishing a story, so we're not going to do the rules today. Let's go ahead and do our memory verse before we do the book, okay? All right, now I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. We're just going to read it through today because we need to refresh our brain just a little bit. Okay, here it goes. Make your light shine so that others will see good that you do and will praise your Father in heaven. Matthew 5, verse 16. All right, guys. We will do the motions with it tomorrow. That was just a refresher. Okay, now we're not going to do the rules today because I want us to finish the story. We did not get to before fall break. Remember, in this story, it's Sister Bear's birthday and she got a little golden locket, remember? And the golden locket had the golden rule inside of it. What's the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have them do to you. And she asked about it to Mama and Papa Bear and says, why do I have that in my locket? And remember what they say? They say it's to remind you to do that. Well, once Sister Bear goes to school, remember there is a new bear that comes. Remember that? And at first, Sister Bear was going to invite her to play. See, there's that little girl she sent all by herself. There's Sister Bear. She was going to go invite her to play. And then Sister Bear's friends comes up and says, well, leave her alone. She got a weird looking anyways. She'll find somebody else to play with. And so Sister Bear leaves her. And she's got no one to play with. And then they get on the bus. And remember, on the bus, Sister Bear is playing with her little golden locket. Remember that? And before Sister Bear gets out of the bus, the new girl gives her the locket because Sister Bear dropped it. And then when Sister Bear goes home, they're at dinner, and they're kind of talking about, Sister Bear kind of talks about what happened. And she starts feeling guilty about how she treated that other bear. And now she's all upset. Remember that? Well, she's going back to school. Let's see what happens. See how she helps that other little bear, if she shows her kindness. The next day at recess, as soon as Sister Bear came outside, she looked in the playground for Susie McGrizzy. She soon spotted her sitting off by herself under the big oak tree at the edge of the schoolyard and reading a book. See, there she is. And there's Sister Bear. He's looking for her. Sister marched right up to her. "Hello, Susie," she said brightly. Susie looked up in surprise. "Hello," she said shyly. "I'm Sister Bear, and my friends and I are going to play some hopscotch," Sister told her. "Would you like to join us?" Susie's face lit up. "Oh, I'd love to," she said with a big bracy grin. "I love hopscotch." "Terrific," said Sister. "Do you want to see my locket?" "Sure," said Susie. "Okay," said Sister. "Come on, I'll show it to you. Over there." Sister took off and Susie chased her, laughing across the playground to the hopscotch square, where Lizzie, Millie, Anna, and Linda were waiting. Now, is Sister Bear now practicing the golden rule with her? She sure is. Sister's golden locket gleamed in the sun as she ran. Now, when have you ever had someone that treated you in a way that you didn't like? And maybe have you ever treated someone in a way that wasn't kind or fair? Probably all of us have had both of those things happen. We've had it happen to where someone didn't treat us correctly. And then we've had times where we didn't treat someone correctly. And I really don't believe anybody can say that that's never happened to them. Because we're humans, But how does it make you feel when someone like Sister Bear shows you kindness? Oh, it feels so good. And to those of you who need a refresher, we are practicing this golden rule. And we're doing it by being a what? A bucket filler. Did you be a bucket filler today at school? Have you been a bucket filler at Just Lead? If not, you can start right now. It's never too late. You can always choose, even if you've been unkind to people all day, you can say, right now, I am going to be kind. Right now, I'm going to be a bucket filler. And you can choose to do it for the rest of your day. And how awesome are you going to feel? Remember, how did Sister Bear feel when she wasn't kind to Susie McGrizzy? Oh, remember? She came home and she felt all upset about it. Remember, she even started crying at the dinner table. But look at how she feels at the end. Look at that great big smile she's got on her face. And you will too. Trust me, you will. So let's be bucket fillers today and every day. All right, now, another refresher. Let's see if you remember this song that I taught you right before we left on fall break. Now, we learned it all, but we learned it really fast. So just follow along. You can sing it, and those of you who are new can just listen. Okay, here we go. Can everybody get their sailboats like this? All right. Peter, James, and John in the sailboat. Peter, James, and John in the sailboat. Peter, James, and John in the sailboat out on the rolling sea. They fished all night, but they got no fishes. Fished all night, but they got no fishes. Fished all night, but they got no fishes out on the rolling sea. Long came Jesus walking on the seashore. Long came Jesus walking on the seashore. Long came Jesus walking on the seashore out on the rolling sea. Cast your nets on the other side. Cast your nets on the other side. Cast your nets on the other side out on the rolling sea. They caught their nets so full of fishes. Caught their nets so full of fishes. Caught their nets so full of fishes out on the rolling sea. All right. Very good, guys. Now, I hope that you have a great day at Just Lead. And I hope that you all will remember to be bucket fillers. and to be an example that Jesus wants you to be. Okay, so remember, I love you, we love you, and God loves you. Have a great day.